Good. All right, I'd like to welcome everyone to the June 19th, 2017 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. And if everyone would please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. I'm Jeff Benton, President of the Board. Gary Merrill is absent today. To my right is our fellow Commissioner Barb Lewis, and Farzan Ahmed is back from his trip, and glad to see him as back to his county administrator duties. And Jennifer Walraven will start us today.
Resolution number 17-627 in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held June 15th, 2017.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-627. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We do not have any public comment or elected official comment today, so that brings us to item number 4. Resolution number 17-628 in the matter of approving purchase orders and now certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CM APR 0616.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-628. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-629 in the matter of a new liquor license request from Pindia and Family Ventures Corporate doing business as Macy's Pizza and forwarding to the Ohio Division of Liquor Control with no objections and no request for a hearing.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-629. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-630, setting date, time, and place for the final hearing by the Commissioners for the Hickory Ridge Subdivision Drainage Maintenance Improvement Petition Project.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-630. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-631 in the matter of accepting the award of the Delaware Morrow Mental Health and Recovery Services Board for the Together Everyone Achieves More Team Mentoring Program for Delaware County Juvenile and Probate Courts.
So moved.
Second. Discussion.
Good morning. Karen Watkins from the Delaware County Juvenile and Probate Court. This is a proposal that we brought to you in March. We received partial funding, though it was pretty much expected that we were going to receive a cut. We always like to show what the full cost of the program is going to be, but we are accepting $35,700 for this program.
Okay.
All right. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-631. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution number 17-632 in the matter of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners accepting and approving the Prevention, Retention, and Contingency Program for the Department of Job and Family Services Public Assistance Program.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Good morning, Commissioners. David Dombrowski with Job and Family Services. The only change made to the plan this time through was the inclusion of language on page 22 regarding the Ohio Youth Works program. Part of the PRC program lays out indirect TANF expenditures for the county, and this is in conjunction with our summer youth program. We had originally not anticipated having 15-year-olds participate in the program, but we actually do have 2 15-year-olds who are participating, and this then, when we submit to the state, allows us to expense federal TANF dollars to pay those costs. So I'm asking for your approval. Okay. This is an annual update of this material that you do? So no, we can update the program anytime that we determine there's a need to do that. We had actually amended the program a month and a half ago to include utility assistance and to broaden the use of TANF dollars. This is simply to encompass the summer youth for 15-year-olds. Okay. Very good. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-632. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Just one quick question. How does the utility expansion of the utility service, and I may have asked you this before, work with community action with bridges? Because that's what they do too. I mean,
Sure.
they offer help with.
Yeah, so Burgess Community Action offers utility assistance through the Home Energy Assistance Program, or HEAP program.
Okay.
And so that's a one-time payment generally to keep utilities on, either through the summer months for particular populations, for air conditioning purposes, mostly for seniors.
Okay.
And then it's $175 to prevent disconnection in the winter months around heating sources. So part of the expansion to the program under PRC was that folks had to use available community resources prior to applying for or utilizing PRC. So we work in conjunction with all of our community partners so that our clients use the resources available in the community first, and only as a last resort then will we help. So, for example, there's a lot of requirements around HEAP, around the percentage of income program, making payments on utility bills, et cetera. So if folks would not be eligible for those programs, then potentially we can assist. If they're eligible, they have to utilize those resources first.
Okay.
And then we would
I
assist
see.
if a need remains after that.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Great.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
thanks,
you.
David.
Resolution number 17-633, in the matter of approving a request for proposals for a Delaware County, Ohio developmental review software.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Bob Lamb, Economic Development Director for the county. For the past 6 months, my office has been working with various development-oriented organizations, offices within the county to put together a concept of what we would want to see on a joint development program software system. And so this is our step to reach out and see what systems are available out there today and to evaluate them to determine if they can meet our needs as an organization. If we do determine that a software system could work for the various organizations within the county, we will come back to you with the information related to that system, as well as engage the other appropriate bodies before making any final decisions.
Okay.
So this would standardize things among the zoning boards if it was adopted?
Our hope is that it would help standardize processes both at township level and county level. However, we'll have to engage those various partners
Sure.
to
They
be
have
able
to
to do
approve
that.
it. Right. That would certainly help, though, developers going to different areas, and then there are different requirements, and I mean, that's fine that there are different requirements, but still, the process. It's important that people know what that process is, and that, it be a good process, so.
Our hope would be that we can move to a much more online payment tracking type process system, review systems, everything that we've been hearing from the development community that they would like to see.
Great. Thank you. I know it took a while.
Yeah, it is, as we all know, it is a very slow, cumbersome process in general to get businesses to
Right.
invest in, the buildings and building businesses here. And so we really do need to upgrade the process, and new software is a huge step in that process. I know it's part of the economic development plan.
Yep.
And a very important part of that. So anyway, I would encourage, strongly encourage all the townships, City of Delaware, City of Powell, et cetera, to look into this and hopefully join us in making it easier for businesses to locate here, businesses and developers. Timeline for this, Bob?
At this time, we haven't set a hard timeline. What we want to do is see what comes in from this RFP request and start the evaluation process. We also are looking to have in-house, to allow the companies to come in-house and showcase the software system to us, as well as possibly reach out to other entities that are using the software system to see how they like it in the field when they need to use it. So I'm hesitant to tell you a set time period in which we'll be back to you at this time.
Okay. All right, I think this is one thing that everybody in Delaware County would benefit from, so let's hope we can move forward on it. All right, take a vote.
Vote on motion 17-633, Mr. Benton.
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis.
Aye.
Thank you.
Resolution number 17-634, in the matter of approving a professional services agreement with Prime AE Group Incorporated for the Berkshire Township Sewer Evaluation and Part A of the Berkshire Township Pump Station Enforcement Project.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Morning, Commissioners. Tiffany Mag with the Regional Sewer District. We have five projects on session this morning, all that were included in our master plan. These were all recommended to be installed and constructed in the next few years. So we're recommending that you approve all 5 of these, but I'll kind of take you through the details of each one. What we did is we put a bundle out for RFPs and have hired consultants. I'm looking forward to getting the contracts approved here. The first one is the Berkshire Township Pump Station, And what that is a brand-new lift station on the northeast side of the district service area, kind of near where 71 and 36, 37 are located, near the outlet mall there. This will allow some additional development to occur that we could service.
Part of the bidding process, you ended up with 5 different bidders on all these projects, or 5 different...
Right, yeah, that was,
Recommended
what we
contract.
did was we had a panel in our office that looked at all the different proposals. We got a total of 20 proposals from different consultants. So everybody in our office that was on the panel ranked all those consultants. And kind of, a couple were at the top for a couple of different projects, but we felt like it was more appropriate to give each consultant one project instead of loading up one consultant with 2 or 3 projects. But you can kind of see in the proposals who does the majority of their background research and really puts together a really nice proposal. They kind of rose to the top for multiple projects, but we felt like it was better to just have one consultant have each have one project.
Okay. Well, good. And all these are important and part of the master plan, like you said.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's good to see.
And they were all also in the budget for 2017.
Yeah, how did the final bids come in versus what you expected?
They were right in line with what we expected. As far as the construction costs, we typically see, a certain percentage of that be the engineering fees, and they were right in line with what we had estimated.
Okay, good. All right, vote.
Voted on motion 17-634. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-635, in the matter of approving a professional services agreement with Strand Associates Incorporated for the Cheshire Pump Station and Force Main Upgrade Project.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
This is an existing lift station over on the east side of Alum Creek. It's kind of a key, it's just downstream of where that Berkshire Township pump station will be. We need to upgrade this lift station to about double the capacity and also increase the size of the existing force main by building a new force main along Africa Road to take all those flows down to our Alum Creek treatment plant.
Good. All right, vote.
Voted on motion 17-635. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-636, in the matter of approving a professional service agreement with MS Consultants for the Lower Alum Creek Relief Pump Station Project.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
This is going to be a very large lift station. You can see that it's a little bit bigger project than the other 4. What we're doing is we're taking in the entire west half of the Alum Creek Basin into a new lift station there that's going to basically look similar to our current Alum Creek lift station. If you've seen that one over in Westerville, it's a really large building. It almost looks like a library or something. It's so big. This will be similar to that, taking in all the flows on the west side into the plant. So we essentially would have 2 large lift stations acting as our headworks, taking all the flow into the plant. So we'll be able to take another basically 10 to 20 years of build-out in the Alum Creek Basin in by that station.
Okay. Vote.
Great.
Voted on motion 17-636. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-637, in the matter of approving a professional service agreement with HDR Engineering Incorporated for the Peach Blow Pump Station and Force Main Project.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
This is an upgrade to an existing lift station. This one is just downstream of where Evans Farm is located and also the new Olentangy High School. So we're seeing a big influx of development there. Very important that we get this lift station upgraded to allow for all of that development to occur.
Okay, vote.
Voted on motion 17-637. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-638, in the matter of approving a professional services agreement with Arcadis U.S. Incorporated for the ARC Flash 70E studies and NFPA 870 review project.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
This project is required to be performed about every 5 years. I think it's 3 to 5 year rotation that you have to do this. It's an electrical safety project where the consultant will go out to every single pump station and every single treatment plant that we have in the district, open up all the electrical boxes and evaluate what the level is inside of those boxes, and then rate it for the safety and basically recommend if we need to do any upgrades.
Okay, vote.
Voted on motion 17-638. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye. All right, thanks,
Thank you,
Tiffany.
Tiffany. Been busy.
Yeah, you've been busy.
Gee,
Resolution number 17-639, in the matter of approving a contract of sale and purchase between Christopher Winter and Michael L. Winter, husband and wife, and the Board of Delaware County Commissioners for Del CR 124-5.99.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Rob Riley, Chief Deputy Engineer. I reviewed this contract with you last week. This is a parcel required for our State Route 315 and Home Road intersection improvement, and we recommend approval.
Okay. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-639, Mr. Benton.
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis.
Aye.
Resolution number 17-640, in the matter of approving modification number 2 to the professional services contract between Delaware County Board of Commissioners and Parsons Brinkenhoff Incorporated.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
You may recall that we are in design for improvements to Home Road between Route 315 and 23. Parsons Brinkerhoff was the firm we selected several years ago for that. PB was acquired by a firm by the name of WSP a couple years ago. It's a global professional services firm. This modification would simply change the name on the contract. There are no other changes to the contract. The firm and the staff are still in place in Columbus, so no change there.
Okay. Vote.
Okay. Vote on motion 17-640, Mr. Benton.
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis.
Aye.
Resolution number 17-641, in the matter of approving right-of-way work permit summary sheet.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
We had 2 right-of-way permit applications. We have reviewed all of the proposed work and recommend approval of these permits.
All right. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-641, Mr. Benton.
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis.
Aye.
Resolution number 17-642, in the matter of approving new organizational key and a supplemental appropriation for the Klondike Road Bridge replacement.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
You may recall that we received some emergency OPWC funding for the Klondike Road improvement. That's the bridge replacement on Klondike Road. $297,000 was the grant award for that. This action would create the org key to account for that revenue and expense that comes in from OPWC and then is paid on our behalf to the contractor. So no additional money. This simply accounts for the state revenue.
How much of the project is this funding?
The total contract is about $780,000, so less than half, but still a good chunk of it.
Yeah, okay. What's the timeline on this thing now?
Under construction.
It's under construction now?
It is under construction now with completion scheduled for mid-August.
Okay, good. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-642, Mr. Benton.
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution number 17-643, in the matter of adopting a resolution declaring a necessity in the intent of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners to appropriate property.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Eric Hostetler, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney. This is the resolution of necessity for us to file an appropriation action for another parcel we need for the Liberty and Jewett Road improvement, and I can answer any questions you might have.
This is what we talked about.
Correct.
Okay.
Around $8,800.
Yep. All right, vote.
Vote on motion 17-643, Mrs. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Benton.
Aye.
Thanks, Eric.
That brings us to item number 20, Administrator Reports.
Good morning. I just wanted to thank Cy Kelly for doing my duties while I was off the reservation.
Did he tell you what he did with this IKEA
Oh.
picture frame? He put Oklahoma State on it, facing Commissioner Merrill's seat.
That's not good.
He had one over here, but that one's gone. I don't know where that one went.
I don't believe that was an M.
I think there was an
For
M.
Miami.
Somehow it's gone.
All right, sorry.
Thank you. I don't have anything to
Nothing,
report
okay,
here, no.
okay.
Well, welcome
Sure,
back.
yes, welcome back.
Good to see you again, and you had a good trip.
Yes.
Good,
that's awesome.
good. That's good. That's great. I was privileged to represent the commissioners last Saturday morning at the unveiling of Genova Way, and Vonnie was there, Joe's wife, and it was a beautiful little ceremony. Mayor Carolyn Kay, Tom Holman, City Council, and several other people attended. And Vonnie got to ride up in a big truck. I don't know what you call the trucks, but anyway, she actually she had her little vest on, and so she was able to take the cover off the sign that said I can't say it. Genova, thank you. Genova Way. And the family was there too, and it was a very nice ceremony honoring Joe. And then afterwards, we went over and a tree was planted, and the family put a little bit of mulch around the tree. And Joe had done so much work. He'd done so much work everywhere, but one of the things he worked on was their tree commission. So this tree was already growing in Joe's memory.
Great.
But,
Nice way to remember
we
Joe.
miss him. We miss him. That was very clear.
Is it?
That's it.
Okay, I just have a couple other things. We did have a session with Star Consultants, I think is the name, the facilities master plan, which was very interesting. They've got some really good plans pulled together to make our buildings and locations more efficient, more user-friendly, and so on. And they've done a lot of good work and have a pretty well thought-out, laid-out plan. Very preliminary stages, obviously, of it, but they're going to continue to move forward on that, and there'll be some exciting changes coming about from that to make it better for the citizens and taxpayers and the employees. Had a session Friday with MODE, Mid-Ohio Development Exchange. Jenna told me the exact name of that organization, so I appreciate that. And Jenna was there, and Bob, and Sean Hughes from the city. It was about funding programs, ways to get economic development going, and partnerships and so on that are available. And a couple things I kind of took away with it. It's very important to cooperate with the private sector. And, the public-private cooperation, partnerships, et cetera, are very important. And then funding is very important. We've got to really make sure the program is appropriately funded because it does take money to make things happen. And so those are kind of the key takeaways I had from it. We do have our benefits and wellness meeting this afternoon. It should be interesting as always. George Kaitza, Auditor Kaitza, officially received word from Standard & Poor's that we are the only county in the state of Ohio to be rated AAA on our sewer debt. So we are officially the only triple county in the state of Ohio. And we don't know about the whole country because I think that may be the case in the whole country, but we're trying to do a little more research on that. But again, congratulations to everybody who makes that happen because there's so many people that make a AAA rating possible. Sean Miller put out John Miller? Did I miss that?
That's right.
Annual report.
Yeah, the annual report, the EMA. Is it Sean Miller, who's a basketball coach, and all of a sudden...
Yeah, we have another, Sean Miller.
Yeah, it wasn't the basketball coach that put out this report. Put out an EMA annual report, and that's actually very interesting, very well done. I would encourage everyone to take a look at it. Nice job, and tells you what they've got going on, which is a lot of positive things being ready, just in case, so their plans are needed. And, lastly, I just hope everyone had a happy Father's Day. It was a great day. U.S. Open wrapped up. That was a good tournament. And I got to play golf with 3 of the boys and got to spend time with all 4 of them. And so...
How'd you do?
Actually, I had an eagle.
Oh.
Yeah. I on a par 4. Went in from 205 yards. Tiffany would appreciate this. Tiffany's a golfer. Yeah.
Hey.
Had an eagle.
Good I asked.
Yeah, so it was a great Father's Day. Spend time with the boys and play golf and have an eagle and watch the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
And the Indians finished the sweep of the Twins. I mean, it was just a delightful weekend.
That's great.
I think that's it. We have no need
need
of
for
executive
executive
session.
Commissioner,
All right.
I got to add something about
Yes.
Father's Day. Best Father's Day I can think of. my favorite team, the Pakistani cricket team, is rated number 8 in the world. They're just going through a rough patch. But on Father's Day, they were playing the International Cricket Conference final, which is the equivalent of the NBA final when it comes to cricket, against number 1 India, and they beat them in an unbelievable fashion. And they were 7-1 underdogs, and they broke a world record when it came to their scoring, and I couldn't have asked for a better Father's Day. And by the way, that match was watched by 1 billion people worldwide.
Oh, my gosh.
That is amazing.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey.
Boy, we
Well,
can't...
congratulations to the
That's really
Pakistani team.
Yes.
Did you ever aspire to be on that team?
I think that every child, every boy ever born in Pakistan wanted to be a Pakistani cricket player, and I guess until I was 20 years old, I too wanted to be one. But one of my class fellows did become the captain of the Pakistan team in the
Really?
mid-teens. Yes.
Wow, wow. Quite an accomplishment.
Gosh, congratulations.
Yeah,
That's great.
All right, well, with that, we stand adjourned.